Welcome back to Tabletop Assault. I'm David.
I'm Ross.
And today we're bringing you another venture into the Nightvault. We're going to be releasing Chosen Axes for the first time.
Nice. And I'll be using Ironskulls.
So guys, let's not wait around, let's show you the warbands. So these are the two warbands we're taking into the Nightvault today, and we're going to take Chosen Axes out for their sort of debut. So Chosen Axes are going to be led by Fuel Grimnir, and then to him we have Tefk Flamebearer. And then to him we have the Mad Mergrim, or just Mad Mergrim. Prefer the Mad Mergrim.
Sure, happened at the start.
And the last guy is Vol Orruk Bane, and that's the Chosen Axes.
So of course, the one called Orruk Bane, we might as well bring on the orcs. So we have Gurbaz Ironskull leading them. We have Bone Cutter, Basha, and then Haka.
Let's get the Nightvault set up, guys. So we're now going to go into the vault setup. So we'll do a quick roll off. We all know how the roll offs work now. So I'll roll my 4 dice. I've got a crit and a half support.
Okay, and I'll do mine. For 1 crit and a full support, so I think that'll mean you'll win because a half support counts for more than a full support.
So we've just finished up the board setup. So Ross, because he lost the roll off, chose this board and this side. I've obviously chose this board and this side, and this is the order I've placed them in. So that'll be Ross's fighter zone, and this will be my fighter zone. Now Ross, because you lost that roll off, you'll get to place down the first face down objective.
I will do, and I'll put one right there.
Okay. I'll put one just right there.
Okay, I'll put one here.
Has to be 2 away, doesn't it?
Yep.
So I'll put one there.
Put one just here.
I would say that's probably less than 2 away.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. My bad. There, yep.
Yep, that's fine.
That's better. Go.
So, yeah, Ross, do you want to do the honours and flip them round? We'll see where they are.
Okay, we have number 1. See if I end up getting this. Number 2.
Okay.
Number 3. Ah, no, 4.
Okay.
5 and 3.
So just to recap, we've got objective 1, 2 and 3, 4 over there and 5 up there. We're just going to get our deck sorted out now. So I've just gone and drawn my 5 power cards and my 3 objectives. So for my objectives I've got Fury of the Lodge, a Grim Promise and Scion of Grimnir. So Fury of the Lodge is basically survive and charge. A Grim Promise is leaders, and again Scion of Grimnir is my leader. Try not to say too much in case Ross overhears. My power cards, I've got Brute Strength, Flurry of Blows, Activated Runes, Slaying Blow and Berserk Fury. Again guys, all these cards and their descriptions are on the Nightvault website for Games Workshop if you want to go there and read their descriptions. But as these cards are getting played, we'll obviously read them out to you as we go. But yeah, so Fury Lodge, a Grim Promise, a Scion of Grimnir, Brute Strength, Flurry of Blows, Activated Runes, Slaying Blow and Berserk Fury. I'm not going to discard anything, I'm quite happy with that.
So we now have my cards for the first draw. So I have Gear for War, which is not so good to get first time, but it's not bad. Score this in the end phase if each of your surviving fighters, at least 3, have at least 1 upgrade, so you really want to start upgrading to get that one. Get a Boss, score this in the end phase if your warband took out the enemy leader in the out of action in the preceding action phase. So hunt down the leader, cool, I love it. And Blooded, score this in the end phase if all your surviving fighters, at least 3, have at least 1 wound token. Now orcs get inspired when they're wounded, so that's really good to have. In terms of my power cards, I have Duel of Wits, which is a reaction when play this when your opponent plays a ploy. Draw 2 power cards, really good, glad I drew that one quick. Aspiring Boss, during an attack action by this fighter that targets an enemy leader and fails, you can reroll 1 attack dice. Okay. Brutal but Cunning, play this after a friendly fighter's attack action, you can push that fighter up to 3 hexes. Cool, means I can get away. Unkillable, during an attack action or ploy that takes this fighter out of action, basically my boss, roll a defense dice. If you roll a shield or crit, they suffer no damage and are not taking up action, and then you discard this upgrade. Really good, keeping the boss from not going down, giving him another release of life. And last lunge, which sort of I think, you know, if it does die, then this works kind of well. Play this during an attack action or a ploy that will take a friendly fighter out of action. Before removing them from the battlefield, roll an attack dice. On a hammer or crit, make an attack action with the fighter, it must target the attacker. So I like everything. I'm not so hot on my glory, that's not so good, but certainly my power cards are actually pretty good. There may be an argument I might actually should redraw them, but I'm going to choose not to because losing 3 cards is quite bad. So I'm not going to redraw and hope that I can maybe, you know, maybe get some more cards later on.
So you've just seen our power cards, and we thought it's a good actual opportunity to show we've got our new sort of hazard zone terrain pieces down. So we've got a couple of wee bits here and there. It's to try and bring the board a bit more to life.
Hooray!
So we're now going to roll off for placing down our fighters. So I have got a crit and I have full support.
Okay, this is actually really important because we have 4 fighters each, so whoever wins this will get an extra crit towards first turn. So really, really important. I got a crit and a half support.
So you win.
So I will win that one.
Now you can choose to, I think you get to choose, but I'm assuming you're going to want to place yours down first.
I'm going to place down first.
Right, so Ross chose to place his fighters down first. So Ross, who have you got and where have you got them?
So I have Gurbaz Ironskull over here. I have Basha right beside him. I then have Bone Cutter. And then I have Haka here as well.
So up for me on the far top up here, I believe I have Vol Orruk Bane. Then in the back down there I have Tefk Flamebearer. And then I have at the front, at the front here I have Mad Mergrim. And then I have Fuel Grimnir, my leader in the back. So that's our fighters place. Now Ross finished placing his fighters first, so roll off to see who goes first or chooses to go first. Ross will already get a crit to that. So what do I get? I get 2 crits and I have half support.
Okay, that's a pretty good result. Mine's going to be a crit, so we both get 2 crits, but you have a half support, so you will win.
So I'll get to choose. Let's have a think.
So David has chosen to give me first activation. Will that be a mistake? Probably not. It should be fine. We'll be able to move into position, maybe make some very quick attacks, which I think I'm going to go for. Basically just try and cause as much damage as quickly as possible. Got to be aggressive in this game to get the most out of it. With that, let's go into my first activation. So for my first activation, I'm going to get Haka here to make a charge onto, I don't know his name, David.
That's that's Vol Orruk Bane.
He's got Orruk Bane in his name, so he has to go down. So I'm going to do a charge with him. That will allow me to do an attack action with him on the charge. So he's going to attack with choppers, which will give me 2 dice, and I'll get to attack with swords. And if I roll any crits, I also get cleave.
Which will ignore my shield.
Indeed, so I'm looking for a crit, so that'd be nice. Nope, I get 1 sword.
Okay, so I need a crit or a shield to ignore. What's the damage?
Just 1.
Just 1. Oh, okay, okay. It's ignored. I get a shield, so I defend it. Into the power step for Ross. You going to play any cards?
I am not.
I'm going to play 1 card. I'm going to play a ploy. Slaying Blow. If the first attack action in the next activation is a critical hit, double its damage characteristics.
Okay, so although I did say I'm not going to play a ploy, which I usually could, I do have a react ploy. So I do have a reaction which I can play, which happens after your opponent plays a ploy, which you did. Draw 2 power cards. So I can do that immediately after you play a ploy, which you have. So I'm going to take 2 power cards. So I have here the 2 cards I have now drawn from my reaction. Gorkamorka's Blessing, which is the first attack action with a range of 1 or 2, and the next activation has +1 damage. Helpful. And then I have Wa, which is the first attack action with a range of 1 or 2, have +1 damage in a phase in which they make a charge, which is an upgrade. So both really handy to get additional damage, which is really, really nice for me. I really want that on my leader, because then he'll start slaying people pretty efficiently. In fact, I think he slays people pretty efficiently, but that will help kill the leader if possible. With that, which is really handy, let's go back into the next, into David's first activation.
So into the Chosen Axes first activation, and I'm just going to do an attack action with Vol Orruk Bane up here onto, is that Haka?
Yep.
So I'll be using the Great Axe, which is range 1, looking for 2 hammers to try and get an attack through, and it's damage 2. But because I've got the Slaying Blow ploy on at the moment, if I roll a crit in this attack action, it becomes damage 4.
Oh my!
So here we go, time to swing.
No crits, please.
None, don't even get a single thing, so nothing there. Power cards, I am actually going to place a power card.
Okay.
So Slaying Blow is now discarded, guys. But I'll play another ploy. I'll do Berserk Fury. The first time a friendly fighter suffers damage in the next activation, roll a defense dice. If the result is a shield, there is no damage.
Nice.
Ross, would you be planning to play any cards?
I am not at the moment.
Okay.
Alrighty, so it's my second activation. I'm going to make a charge with Gurbaz Ironskull. 1, 2, 3. To try and finish the job that Haka, though Haka couldn't have killed you even if he did. But try and at least do more damage. So he'll do his charge, which will result in an attack action. I will get 2 dice to do so. And I need hammers to do so, but because I've got another sporting fighter, I will get half sports as well.
And it's 3 damage.
3 damage, so this will kill you. Straight up dead. 2 half supports, which thanks to Haka, will count as successes.
Cool, so I need a crit.
Well, I think even a crit will only discount one of them.
Yeah, possibly.
Roll, let's have a look.
Well, I've not done it. However, I do have my Berserk Fury ability. So if I roll a shield, I'll suffer no damage.
You're not going to roll a shield. You're not going to roll a shield. Die for me, David.
Berserk Fury! No. So he is slain, and that is some glory for the Ironskulls.
So at the end of my second activation, I am going to spend that glory point that I have just gained by killing one of David's warband, and I'm going to give Unkillable to Gurbaz, which essentially, if he's taken out of action on a shield or crit, I suffer no damage, and I'm not taken out of action, which is really, really handy to hopefully survive. So that'll go with Gurbaz, and that'll count as a spent glory.
No power cards from the Chosen Axes are being played, and I believe Ross, you're not playing any additional.
I am not, nope.
So into Chosen Axes' second activation, I'm going to declare a charge with Mad Megrim. Now, I'm actually going to just move him to here. I'm putting him in risk of other orc charges, but we're going to do that. Mad Megrim rolls 3 dice with his Fire Slayer axe, looking for swords. It's only 1 damage, Ross.
Okay.
So looking for swords.
So this is on to Haka. Yeah.
I get a sword and a crit.
Okay, I don't think I can really stop that. I certainly can't.
Nah, so you take 1 damage. And you know what I'm going to do? I think I can knock you back. So Mad Megrim has pushed back Haka to here. And I'm not going to play any power cards. What about you, Ross?
Okay. I am not going to play any power cards either.
Cool. So Ross, your third activation, bud?
Third activation, I'm going out for more charges. So it's now going to be Basha. He's going to charge. It's going to be 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Which will put him in range. So yeah, now he's got Smasher and critical hits. I get knockback action +1. So yeah, going to be 2 attacks from me, needing swords to actually damage you. So swords or crits. I see 2 hammers, that'll be a fail.
Nothing. There's no point in me rolling, so nothing happens there.
No power cards from me, David. Any from you?
No, Chosen Axes aren't going to play any this turn, or this part of the turn, I guess.
Cool.
So into my third activation, and Tef Flamebearer is going to declare a charge. 1, 2. He's actually going to go down to here. Okay, guys. And he's going to take a swing at, is that Haka?
It is indeed.
And he's going to use his Fire Steel Axe, and I'll use the 3 hammer version. So I'll roll for 3 hammers just for damage 1. We get a crit and a hammer.
Okay, I don't think I can stop it.
No,
I only stop the hammer, but the crit does go through.
So that is damage 1, and I'm not going to choose to knock you back. Chosen Axes are going to play 0 power cards. Ross?
Same for me.
Okay.
And last activation for me is just going to be Bone Cutter. He's just going to make a move action because no one's in range to charge, because I'd love to, but I can't. 1, 2, 3.
Any power cards, Ross?
Not for me.
And none from me. So into the Chosen Axes last activation, and I'm going to charge Fuel Grimnir, 1-2, onto that objective. And he's going to swing the mighty Latchkey Axe. So I've got 2 dice looking for hammers or crits for 3 damage. Here we go. We get a hammer. I would have got half supports, but
not full supports.
Not full supports.
So I really need to get a shield or a crit to survive this. So I really need it. Oh, I threw it too far. It's a dodge, which is not successful, which will result in his death. However, with that death, I will play a reaction ploy, which would be play this during an attack action, or a ploy that will take a friendly fighter out of action. Before removing them from the battlefield, roll an attack dice on a hammer or a crit, make an attack action with that fighter. It has to be against an attacker, which will be your leader.
Cool.
So yeah, I need a crit or a hammer here. Show me crit or hammer. That'll be a crit, so I will get to make an attack with you.
Cool.
Which will be with Hack Inspired. So I'll get 3 dice here, and any crits will be cleave. So crits or swords. I got 2 crits.
So I won't be able to stop it, because if I roll a crit, even for my defense, which I don't. So what's the damage?
2 damage.
So he's down to 2 wounds. So after that reaction, I do have to quickly play Scion of Grimnir. Score this immediately if your leader takes an enemy fighter out of action. Well, Fuel did, so that's 1 glory. I will also get another piece of glory for killing Haka. So I've got 2 glory, which into the power step, my first card, I'm going to use Activated Runes for 1 glory. I'm going to put that on Fuel Grimnir. I basically get to, each time make an attack action, I can reroll 1 dice. Any more power cards from you, Ross?
Nope.
So my next power card will be another upgrade, Flurry of Blows. For my other piece of glory, I'm going to put that on Mad Megrim. It basically gives his attack, rather than 3 swords damage 1, becomes 3 swords damage 2. And I think that's the last power cards. Just before we forget, we just want to mention it on camera, because of the end of that action phase, Fuel Grimnir did hold that objective. So that means he now becomes inspired. So just remember, going into the next round, Fuel Grimnir is inspired. These 3, which I've got 3 left, luckily. If at least made a charge action in the preceding action phase, well, all 3 of those surviving fighters actually made charge actions.
Nice.
So that'll give me another piece of glory.
Into discarding objectives, I'm going to discard Gear for War, which would, if I had all my surviving fires, or at least 3 have upgrades, I'd get a glory. Nope. And then Bloodied. Score this at the end phase if all your surviving fighters, at least 3, have at least 1 wound token. Possible, but I think you're going for kills, so rather not for now. So I'll discard both of them and keep 1 objective.
So Ross discarded his objectives there, I'm going to keep mine.
Discarding 1 of my power cards, I'm going to get rid of Aspiring Boss, basically because it's Haka, but Haka's deed.
I'm also going to discard 1 of my power cards, guys.
Okay.
So I have Brute Strength, which is an upgrade for Tefk. I don't feel the knockback one's that important. I've got other better upgrades in my deck, so I'm going to discard that as well.
So I've drawn my new draws in this. So I've still got Get the Boss, which is if my warlord, if one of my guys takes out the enemy leader, really want to do that. Divide and Conquer. Score this in phase if each player has at least 1 fighter in their own territory and at least 1 fighter in enemy territory. I've been so aggressive, and I've achieved that, but I don't think David's going to go into my territory. I've been a little bit aggressive, but if I can lure him in, all the better. Punch Up. Score this in the end phase if each of your surviving fighters, at least 2, made an attack action against a different enemy fighter in the preceding action phase. Possible, but I need to kill, so possible. I've still got Wa, which is an upgrade. This fighter's attack action with a range of 1 or 2 has +1 damage when they charge. Gorka's Blessing is a ploy. The first action with a range of 1 or 2, next activation is +1 damage. Cool. Brutal but Cunning. Play this after a friendly fighter's attack action. You can push that fighter up to 3 hexes. Very, very handy. Daylight Robbery. Roll an attack action. If you roll a hammer or crit, take one of your opponent's unspent glory points. You can bet that I'm going to go after that unspent glory point David has. And Demonic Weapon. Each time this fighter makes this attack action, they suffer 1 damage. Really good for orcs because That's a lot of damage, and you suffer 1 damage pretty much instantly, which will inspire them. So I really want to get that onto Basha. It will make him really damaging, and it may inspire him as well. So I need to score another glory to get that demonic weapon, and then we're going to be in a really good spot. So I really want to get first turn, is what I'm saying, like a lot.
So I've just drawn my new hand, so I already had the objective of Grim Promise. I've just now got Fury, Ferocious Charge and Hold 4. Not great, very bad, but I'm going to just keep them, you never know. I'm quite happy with the power cards though. I got Orgold Boon, which is pretty defensive. Grimnir Speed, always handy. Darkness Descends, yeah, it's alright. Death Throes, which is pretty handy, but Defiant Strike as well. So enough stuff to upgrade my guys. Again, if you want to look at see the descriptions of these cards, we'll describe it as we go through, but you can visit the Nightvault website as well. So yeah, Urgold Boon, Grimnir Speed, Darkness Descends, Death Throes and Defiant Strike. Right guys, you've seen our hands, you've seen our what we've got for objectives, so it's time to roll off to see who gets to choose who'll start battle round 2.
Yeah, so this is for first activation, round 2.
So I'll go first.
Okay.
I've got a crit and a half support.
That's nice, David, but I've got a crit
and a half support.
It then goes down to any other supports,
Which
and
then none of us have.
I think then we just have to
just roll off again.
Okay, let's go again.
Do I go first this time?
Yeah, I have, oh wow, only if you roll no crits and no half supports will I win this.
Yeah, I need 1 crit or 1 half support.
Yeah,
you're totally
otherwise
right.
I've won. There's no way you're beating that.
That's incredible.
That's incredible.
Maybe it's not the right kind of incredible.
Well, it's not the right kind of incredible, but we're trying.
No, I'm definitely going to choose.
Jeez, oh.
Yeah. So I'm going to choose to start round 2 with the Chosen Axes. It's really tough here. I've not got the best objectives, but I want to do damage. Let's see how we go. For my first activation, I'm actually going to move Tefk Flame Breaker. I'm going to charge him, sorry, to here. And he is going to swing. I'll use his 3 version, which is, in fact I'll use his 2 dice version, the Brazier Axe. So here we go. Looking for hammers or crits. We get a hammer.
Okay, so I get 1 dice. I'll need either a shield or a crit to stop this.
Whoa, re-rolling our dice rolls.
Nope, it's a dodge.
So you will be inspired because you've taken damage.
Yep.
But you will take 2 damage. So into the power cards, I'm going to play my Unspent Glory. I had 1 left. To add Grimnor's Speed to give him +2 movement, giving him movement 5 on to fuel Grimnir. Power cards from you, Ross?
None.
None at all?
Nope.
Okay, well I've got more to play then. So I have got Urgold Boon, which is a ploy. If I choose a friendly fighter and roll a defense dice. On a hammer or crit, remove up to 2 wounds tokens from them. Otherwise, just remove 1 token from them.
Okay.
And I'm going to be doing that on to fuel Grimnir.
Okay.
So we get a crit. Anything you want to play here, Ross?
Nope.
So he'll go back to full wounds. So he's back up to 5 remaining.
So for my first activation, I think it's safe that I'm going to go with an attack action from Gurbaz Inspired on to, what's his name?
That is Tefk Flamebearer, I'm assuming.
So Flamebearer. Cool. So I get 2 dice in here needing hammers, and I can reroll 1 of the dice when this fighter makes an attack action. So this will slay him instantly if I get through. So looking for hammers or crits. I'm going to reroll that 1 due to Boss Chopper Inspired for 1 crit, and nope, so it's just 1 crit.
Okay, so I believe I need a crit to save him.
Don't get a crit, I'll be so annoyed.
Nope, so he will die. So Ross just killed Tefk, so I'm actually going to play quickly a reaction ploy, which is Death Throes. Essentially what will happen now is the enemy fighter adjacent to the target, which was Tefk, will take 1 damage. That is a reaction which is played during an attack action that kills a friendly fighter.
So that will put 1 wound counter onto Gurbaz, giving him 3 wounds, so he's down to 2 to keep him alive.
And then
I'm going to play a reaction that is after, so play this after a friendly fighter's attack action, yours was during, you can then push that fighter up to 3 hexes. So Gurbaz can move 3, gonna get him out of town.
You happy there?
Yeah! So into the power cards phase, I am going to play an upgrade, which is going to be Demonic Weapon. I'm going to give that to Bone Cutter. And yeah, no, I'm going to give it to Basha actually.
Basha there?
Yeah. So basically that'll give him a big damaging weapon, but he will also suffer a damage if he does use it. So yeah, put that on to Basha.
Chosen Axes are going to play no power cards, so I think that's power step over.
Yep.
So into the Chosen Axes next activation, and Fuel Grimnir is going to declare a charge. Now remember, he is movement 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to charge up here. And you know what? He's going to swing the I think it's the Blazing Latchkey Axe. Now it's damage 4 at the moment. You've only got 2 wounds left, and I'm going to swing this at Garbaz.
Okay, okay.
So there's a lot riding on this.
I really need you to fail this.
But bear in mind, I do have activated runes, so each time the fighter makes an attack action, I get to reroll 1 dice.
Absolutely.
So I'm looking for hammers and crits. We get a crit, and the full support, the half support, sorry, is actually okay, because I will get that from Mad Megrim.
So I don't think I can stop that.
Well, you need, if you get a, I don't think you can, because you only roll 1
defense. Even got a crit, it will discount your crit.
So it's your.
So it's going to come to my unkillable then. So I need to get a shield or a crit, and I get to ignore the damage.
Oh my word! You've got
this could really decide this game. We just talked about this. This will probably decide it.
It's in your favour, this dice roll.
Is it?
There's more shields
there
and
is.
crits, so
it's
yeah.
about a 50% chance between support, so it's 50-50 chance.
Go for it.
Oh no! So that will be Garbaz going down.
Grimnir. So I'll get a piece of glory for killing Garbaz, and I will get 1 more glory for Ferocious Charge. Score immediately if a friendly fighter takes an enemy fighter out of action with a charge action. That just happened. Into the power step, I'm not going to play any power cards, and Ross, I'll move it on to you, my friend.
Okay, I'll play Daylight Robbery, which on a roll of an attack dice, if I get a hammer or crit, I can take 1 of your glory points that's unspent.
Yeah, and I can't spend them right now, so...
Yeah, so I may have failed my shield and crit 1, but I'm really going to get this hammer or crit. Oh, come on!
No Daylight Robbery. Again, there was no ploys from me. Any additional ones from you, Ross? Want to have a think about it? Or?
I'll have a think first.
Ross has decided to play no more power cards.
No more. So I'm going to go into my next activation, which is going to be with Basha. So Basha's going to use his demonic weapon, and I'm going to attack. Is it?
It's Mad Megrim.
Mad Megrim. So let's try and bring him down. Now I do suffer a damage when I do this, but I'm going to say it's probably going to be at the end of my activation, the end of my attack action. So I don't get inspired yet. So it's going to be 2 dice needing hammers and crits. However, this will kill you with a demonic weapon. Come on, I've had 2 bad rolls. Oh, there we go, 2 crits.
I'm no point in rolling because I can't stop that.
Yep, 3 damage.
So he's dead. Mad Megrim is gone.
That will inflict damage onto me and inspire me.
So into my 3rd activation, I'm actually going to place Grimnir on guard mode. I can't move him, and I can't attack with him, but I can still put him on guard, which just makes him that slightly bit more survivable. Power card stage, I'm just going to quickly go straight into that. I'm actually not going to place any power cards. Ross, would you like to play any power cards, my friend?
I will, on mine, I will not.
Okay, so moving on.
Okay, for my next activation, I'm going to charge with Basha. So he's just done his attack. I'm going to do a charge onto here. So yeah, that will allow me to attack. Now I'm only going to use his smasher, not his demonic weapon, which will only do 2 damage, but will give me 3 dice.
Yep, go for it.
So 3 dice to do so, needing swords or crits. I get 2 crits.
So I can't stop it even if I rolled because you've already got 2 degrees of success. So how much damage?
So
3?
2 damage.
2 damage, so I've got 3 remaining.
For the power step in my turn, my activation, I'm not going to play any.
I'm not going to play any either. Last activation for the Chosen Axes, I'm just going to draw a power card, guys. So I can't really do much. So I've drawn Shade Glass Axe. Not really helpful. Into the power step, I'm just going to spend 1 piece of unspent glory, and I'm going to put the Shade Glass Axe onto Grimnir. I may never use it, but it just gives him more tools, eh? These dwarfs love tools. Right, Ross, your go.
Okay, I'm going to use a ploy. Gorka Morka's Blessing. The first action, attack action with a range of 1 or 2, and the next activation has +1 damage.
Love it. No more from me, by the way, guys, sorry.
Yeah, no more from me either. And for my last activation in this second round is going to be Bone Cutter, who's going to make a charge action. You guessed it, only one viable target.
Yeah,
straight into your leader. So Bone Cutter does 3 damage at the moment because I've got Gorka Morka's Blessing, which will give me 3 damage, chance to take you out. 2 dice, needing hammers or crits or half support, because I do have support there. However, you do get a lot of defense. Come on, crits. So I get 1 success with a hammer.
So I need a shield. I am in guard mode, so I'll take a shield, a dodge, and a crit.
So only a support will fail you this.
Oh god. No. He survives. We're just going to wrap up the end phase, just show you glory. So I did a Grim Promise, so score this at the end of the phase if your warband took out the enemy leader out of action in the preceding action phase. Well, I did. And Ross, you will get.
So I'll get Punch Up. This is a bit of an odd one in this situation. Score this in the end phase if each of your surviving fighters, at least 2, made an attack action against a different enemy fighter in the preceding action phase. So although they did both make an attempt on him, I did make an attack action here on someone who previously died because they got.
That was Mad Megrim.
Mad Megrim. So technically, both of my surviving fighters have made different attacks on different people, and that should achieve that. If anyone's got anything different than that, let me know. But I'm pretty sure as I have kind of done it, then I will get 2 glory.
Into the discard and objectives. I'm going to discard Hold 4.
Okay, I'm going to discard Divide and Conquer.
I've got no upgrades to play.
Okay, I do have one, just because I've got it. I'm going to play Wa. This fighter's attack action with a range of 1 or 2 has +1 damage, and the turn they make a charge. I'll stick that on Bone Cutter.
So I should have mentioned I'm discarding these 2 power cards, guys. Not keeping them.
And I've got none to discard.
So into my new hand, I've discarded all my objectives and all my power cards. They're pretty useless. I didn't get a very good objective hand. Very poor. 3, 2, 5, yeah, not great. Power cards was a little bit more generous. We got Warsong, Ready for Action, Piercing Stare, Grimnir's Fortitude, and Oath Sworn. Again, guys, you'll see the descriptions as the game goes. If you want to read more about them, check the Nightvault website.
So I've now got my new hand, and my glory isn't so good, but my power cards are incredible. So I'm going to go through them because I need to explain this. Get the boss, get 1 if I kill leader, okay. Good scrap, score this end phase if 3 or more fighters are taken out of action. Everyone's got to die for that to actually happen. So, you know, if we get wiped, that's all the better. And score this at the end phase if you played 3 or more ploys in the preceding action phase. Cool. But my ploys and upgrades are cool. This one, Edbot, involves Garbaz, useless because he's dead. The Shadow Key, if this fighter is holding objective 2 in the 3rd end phase, score 2 glory points. Oh boy, that's very possible. Scragum, each friendly fighter that supports the first action in the next activation is considered to be 2 supporting fighters. Really handy, really possible. Cunning but Brutal, play this after a friendly fighter's move action. The fighter can make an attack action, cannot play this after charge, totally possible. Having a good time, choose a fighter and roll an attack dice. If you roll a hammer or a crit, they can make an attack action. Very possible, based these 4 cards may win me the game.
Right guys, we've just shown your new decks, or our new hands, sorry. So it's time to roll off to see who will start the final round. So I'll roll first.
Yep, go for it, David.
I've got no crits and I only got a full support, so it's not looking good.
It's very possible. For me, I got a crit and nothing else.
So your crit will let you choose who gets to start this round. Are you going to choose yourself?
Oh, we'll take a second.
Okay.
So we're on to the 3rd action phase here. I'm going to go first for the first activation. Me and David have been playing mind games behind the camera so much. Like, he doesn't know what I've got, I don't know what he's got. we've been saying so many things back and forth to each other, we just don't know. I got to choose, and I think I'm going to take first activation. I did say to David I could be better if I go second and do a lot of stuff, but I think if I get a free activation, kill him, all better. Let's see if that works out. Alrighty then, so for my first activation I'm going to go with Basha. He's going to activate his demonic weapon, which will mean he'll take damage at the end of this, but it could kill you.
Okay.
It could kill you. So I will get 2 dice. Hammers and crits will succeed, but also half support due to Bone Cutter. Please die, it'll be so helpful, super helpful. That's a crit and a half support. I don't think you can stop me.
Nope. So he is gone, takes 3 damage.
So with David White, now we can still keep going because, you know, we might still draw, though I think this is inevitably mine, but I'm going to still try and score glory. So I'm going to do my first thing, which is going to be an upgrade, which is going to be the Shadowed Key. If the fighter is holding this objective 2 in the third end phase, score 2 glory points. I'm going to give that to Bone Cutter. So at the end of the game, basically, if he's holding objective 2, haha, I will get 2 glory points.
Perfect. I'm not going to play any power cards just yet.
Okay.
So my first activation, nothing really to happen. I'm going to discard hold objective 3 and draw another objective card. Yay. I'm not going to play any power cards.
Am I? I don't think there's any I can. For my next activation, I'm simply just going to move Bone Cutter, who's got the Shadowed Key, onto objective marker 2.
No power cards from Ross, I believe.
No.
And no power cards from me. My next activation, we need to go through this. I'm going to burn objective 1. And I've just drawn Honest Opponent. Oh, interesting. No power cards from the Chosen Axes.
None from myself either. For my third activation for the Ironskull's gonna get rid of a good scrap because no one can take me out of action unless David does something crazy with Outfighters to take out 2 of my guys to draw new cards, which would be Call of the Wasp. Scores immediately if 3 or more of your fighters made a charge action this phase. Not possible.
Any power cards, Ross?
Nope.
And none from me. Right, again, discarding objective 5. What do I get? Tactical Genius. Score this end of the phase if you hold objectives 1, 2 and 3. Ha! No. No power cards from me.
None from me either. Last activation, discard Call of the Wa. Get a new card. It's going to be Brawl. Score this in the end phase if all friendly fighters, at least 3, are adjacent to an enemy fighter. Not possible.
No power cards from you, Ross, I'm assuming?
No.
And none from me. And the final activation of the game, I'm going to discard hold objective 2 and draw my final. Both still to fulfill. Score this end of the phase if none of your fighters are out of action. Not happening. No power cards from me. Any from you, Ross?
None from me either.
So end of the phase, time to wrap up. I will score 1 piece of glory for Honest Opponent. I played no ploys, so I'll go up. And Ross?
So I got Get the Boss. Score this in the end phase if your warband took an enemy leader out of action, which I did, so 1 glory. And then I had the Shadowed Key. This fighter, which is Bone Cutter, is holding objective 2 in the third end phase, which he is. Score 2 glory points. So in total, I will get 3 glory.
Right, guys, the Nightvault, it's over. Chosen Axes, I've left with 7 glory, and
the Ironskulls will be leaving with 9.
So Ironskulls will seize the day.
So the Chosen Axes debut did not go as planned.
Not today.
No, the Ironskulls weren't having any of it.
Yeah.
One thing I would say, there was, you know, a lot of unfortunate dice, maybe on both our parts on that
Agreed.
one. I mean, I had the unkillable trait, which I got like first thing, and I've seen you use it before, and you absolutely, I was like, oh yeah, I can't kill that orc leader. Unfortunately, it didn't work for me.
No.
But then things all began to sort of take into shape for me, which was quite handy.
I would say just really quick sort of thoughts on Chosen Axes. Love them. Unfortunately, they lost our first battle, but you know what? They hit incredibly hard, and I can see the potential that's there. But yeah, quite satisfied with them, and they gave Garbag himself an absolute whooping. It just wasn't enough though, not enough.
Yeah. So thanks again for watching. Please comment, share, like and subscribe. Let us know what you thought. And check us out on social media for our current projects and on Patreon to help us bring more content to you as well.
So with that guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you in another Tabletop Assault Battle Report.